Ladies and gentlemen. Today we have an awesome conversation with Brayden, one of our clients. He is 16 years old. He's still in high school, and he's making his first steps into e-commerce. So, Brayden, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So, are you in school right now?
I'm currently at lunchtime during school, yes.
So, really, so lunchtime. So, you're in school right now. You're taking this call.
Yes.
Cool. So, do you have like hard stop?
Do I have a what?
Do you have like hard stop? Like how much time? So you make it back to the classes.
I have an hour for this.
Oh, okay, perfect, perfect. Let's roll. Awesome, man. So yeah, like how, like, so you're 16 years old, right? Like this is, you know, very, very young age for getting into the business. Um, how did that concept or that idea came to you, like getting into e-commerce in the first place?
Well, it didn't originally start with e-commerce. I've always wanted to do something with business and entrepreneurship, and I've tried probably close to 100 different things, whether it's stocks or just reselling things. And then I found e-commerce. So I went through program after program, and it seemed like this really could work based on all the successful people I see doing this, and it's something I saw myself that I have the time. I could definitely put time in and complete this for myself.
And so you mentioned you tried different opportunities. Like, why do you think those other opportunities didn't work out for you?
The main thing is probably the guidance. I didn't really have. I went through what I'd like to call YouTube Academy, really, for all of those programs, just YouTube video after YouTube video, and really none of them helped like BBA helps right now. The step by step to get me to where I needed to be to make a sale.
Gotcha. And so, with e-commerce, is that my sound? Like, oh, there's some kind of, I don't know if that's on my side or on yours. It's a funny sound. So, when it comes to like e-commerce, because you're 16 years old, right? You're like tech savvy. You're probably spending time on TikTok, and other social media channels. How was the learning curve like for you so far when it comes to this business model?
Learning curve. Well, I had to obviously change from doom scrolling on TikTok to making my TikTok where every single video was something new I could learn. So I was turning social media into my learning platform. So that really helped. And now every video I scroll either is an AI tool or a success story or something I can take into consideration to help me advance and become more successful.
For sure. And so, um, when like, and it's a very important like mindset shift. I think it's that's what differentiates successful people and people that are not. Is that most people are consumers, right? Like whether it's social media, like news, kind of like different things that people just consume. On the other side, people that are successful, they become producers, and so you can be consumer in social media, like you said. You can watch content, you can get entertained, but at the same time, like you can also leverage it for the business because it's a
Yes.
tremendous like learning experience, like seeing what's working, what kind of content resonates with people, what kind of products resonate with people, and using that information to your advantage to sell products and make money.
Exactly. That's how I really used it to my advantage, and just every single video was a new tool to learn.
For sure. So, before you got into e-commerce, like, did you like have did you have like any kind of like skepticism? Like, okay, is it like real? Like, are people actually making money? Like, is it like saturated? Any of those beliefs?
Yeah, definitely was. Is it saturated? I saw countless videos of shop after shop, and then I couldn't figure out how people were making e-commerce when Amazon was out there. I couldn't figure out how people were competing against Amazon. So that's really what I needed to figure out, and that's why I joined the program. And it's been helping me get around Amazon and figure out how to make sales.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, like a lot of people might think that why would anyone buy from your store if they can buy the same product or similar product directly from Amazon? So, all right. And when you were joining Brand Builders Academy, were you like nervous or scared at all?
Of course, I was skeptic. I've tried to join courses before. Some of them were free courses and they did nothing. They didn't help at all. I tried to join a stock course that turned out to be a scam. So, of course, I had skepticism, and the putting down the investment into the course was really probably the hardest part for me. But I was like, if I'm gonna commit and put all my time in, I'm gonna make it back. So.
And this is fascinating. Your mindset when it comes to this, it's at your age, like it's crazy. The so something didn't work out for you, right? Like you got scammed. You bought courses, didn't work out, and you still continue pushing it and you trying new things. Because
Yes.
most people, whether they're testing the first product or they're buying the first course, if that experience wasn't pleasant or wasn't good, or indeed maybe they got scammed, they would just like quit. And they were like, yeah, maybe it doesn't work, and they would do something else, or they would just kind of stay where they are in their life.
Yeah. I like to take it all as really, I took it all as a learning experience. Really, I mean, I don't really take the failure, I guess, as losing. I take it more so as learning from my mistakes or something like that so I can do better next time.
For sure. How is running like e-commerce business and learning, and like obviously there's many things that you're currently learning. Um, how is combining that with your studies?
I've definitely put more, I used to be probably a big academic guy until I realized, like, college, I mean, I can't see myself going into debt, or really I couldn't see myself, the whole life goal was I couldn't see myself working for someone. So going into college, going into debt, then working a 9 to 5, I couldn't see it. So I really just wanted to focus more so on myself while maintaining grades that were, yes, acceptable to my parents and all that, but really putting the time into more so advancing my future. I'd rather work harder now and then have the free time later.
Hmm. Did your parents like support you in this on this journey?
Yeah, they saw, I was actually surprised, but they saw how committed I was because I was every single day on something, just trying to either watching a video or on some kind of program, just trying to make something click, and they saw it. And my dad was on a bunch of the videos to get into this program, and they decided to support me with this, and I'm very thankful for that.
That's awesome. Are your parents entrepreneurs?
My mother is, yes.
Nice. So what main beliefs that you have learned, or kind of the mindset shifts that you have learned from your mother when it comes to entrepreneurship?
Well, my mom started as a teacher, working that those hours, and realized she didn't want to do that anymore. Obviously, so she got a degree for behavioral therapy and started her own firm, and now does very well for herself. So I really looked at her as I wanted to do that for myself, but I can see myself going even higher with the way I'm thinking about the business. I always ask her questions of how did you manage this? How did you manage that? How did that get to where it was? And really, I just take after her and look up to her.
Mm, awesome. Um, so with your business, when it comes to like product research and choosing products to sell, what are the biggest lessons that you have learned so far?
That was product research was fun. There's a lot of variants of products. So when I was going through the suppliers and all that, finding a product, I'd look at the reviews. Some, oh, this product looks perfect. Then I scroll down to the reviews, zero sold and negative reviews or something like that. And I'd be like, okay, I have to start on drawing board again. And then I filled doc probably with close to 100 products and couldn't figure out how to get it down, and worked with my coach, and we were able to get down to the final like 5 products and move on from there. So really, the hardest part was picking the best one because I felt like I could make them all work. But then I really took into the a product that solves a problem for people.
Mm. And what was the biggest thing that you learned inside of the program that led you to making your first sales?
The step-by-step guidance, that's what I've been looking for all along. Every single click link site was there. I had a question, it was answered. That's what I needed. That's really the guidance I needed. It was everything. I click on something, follow a video, I'm lost. The next video shows it, and it's perfect every time.
Awesome. Are you using like Facebook ads or are you using organic marketing?
Right now I'm using Facebook ads.
Cool. That's your first time using Facebook ads?
Oh yeah, without BBA, oh, YouTube Academy wouldn't have been able to guide me through that. It's very complicated, but BBA made it very easy and smooth to get that all set up.
Awesome. What's your goal with this business? Like, do you want to use it like as a like a cash cow, as something that makes a lot of profit, or you want to build like a long-term brand?
I would love to build a long-term brand off of it. I'm in health products, so and I've always been a big person into health and wellness, and I really could see myself making this a brand and getting it out there to people. It would help people, and then I could continue to expand it. So I could see it really establishing into a full business.
Gotcha. And what niche are you selling your products in?
Health and wellness.
Nice. Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah, my favorite ones are like health, beauty, and pets. I think
Yeah.
those are just like the most, scalable ones. So yeah, that's a great call there. So for you person, like when you started like e-commerce business, so you said your objective is to have freedom in your life where you don't have to like basically answer to anyone, and like also shortcut that, most people just work like 40, 50 years like in a 9 to 5 jobs to retire one day. Like you just want to just shortcut that path and do it like in 10 years.
Yeah, like I said, I would love to. My goal: retire by get all the work done now, retire by 25. But still, I don't want to. I could not see myself stopping the grind. Really, I want to keep going, but have that freedom to where I can travel, help people with what they need to get started into it. Also, just like BBA, and just really just expand and continue learning.
For sure, for sure. You're already like you're already seeing how like everything, I mean, even like the path that you're going through, how it can impact other people as well, and just sharing that experience with others. And like probably there's someone like right now watching who's like maybe your age, maybe goes to another high school and like boom, if Brayden was able to do it, like probably I can do it as well. So
Exactly.
um that's why we're doing these. And by the way, guys, please drop questions for Brayden. I'll be asking him in here. Oh yeah, cool. We have some questions. All right. um Let me see. All right, greetings from Brazil. Right. When it comes to product research, what's your favorite tool?
I really like using Zendrop and AliExpress. Those are probably two of the top ones. AliExpress mainly because it has so many options and so many varieties of manufacturers selling the same product but a little bit different. And there's so many ways to get ads from there and reviews and just everything from it.
Nice. And when it comes to Facebook, like what was the biggest learning curve for you?
Really, and I'm still going through it right now, figuring out what kind of ad, what hook is gonna get people to my website. Don't not let people scroll right past my ad like many people do.
Hmm. And so for that, like, did you leverage any of the, like you said, for example, TikTok and other social media platforms? Like you basically studying all day long, right? So now you start recognizing the trends, and like you can see what makes a good hook. Was that experience helpful in creating these ads?
Very. It was probably the difference between making a first sale or going through another year of not. That's really what I needed. Just figuring out what brings people in, what makes people scroll, and what makes people click on the link.
Awesome. I love your mindset, like you said, was just if let's say you test a product, right, and the product doesn't work out from the first try, or you test an ad and it doesn't work out from the first try, all of those learnings, whether it works out or not, they're still like, learning experiences, and those are still the things that you can leverage, you can learn from. Next time you can do a little bit better, you do a little bit better, then over time all of that just turns into like avalanche of progress.
Yes. And my favorite quote is probably billionaires lost millions to get to where they are. So you got to go through losses and spend a little bit of money or spend time to get to where you want to be.
For sure. And yeah, even like definition of entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is I was checking it out like 2 days ago. Like entrepreneur is basically a person who takes financial and time risks. Was yeah, the person who organizes and operates a business or businesses, taking on greater than normal financial risks in order to do so. Right. So people just the definition of an entrepreneur is a person who takes risks.
Yes.
Cool, man. So when it comes to like going to school, and obviously there's other kids like that are going to school. Like, how do you like what you're working on? Do you have any other people that are inspired by this and want to do this as well?
Yeah, so I another thing I learned from changing scrolling to micro learning was it's the people you hang out with and put yourself around is what really impacts you. So the people I hang out with, one owns his own card trading business, another does reselling and all of that. People that want to learn and will help me learn as well.
Hmm, for sure. So you did your first sale in like 1 month, right?
Yep, just missed it. 30 days and 4 hours.
So now, yeah, next, 100 sales, 1,000 sales will be a lot faster. So, what do you think makes a difference between someone who takes like you, like takes 1 month to do it, and some people that might have tried e-commerce for years and never gotten traction with their businesses?
I'd say one would be the step by step guide really put me on the path quicker to getting my sale because if I would have continued along with YouTube videos and such, I probably wouldn't have even been at a product yet. Forget building a store and all the research and all that. So, yeah, I'd say it's mainly the guidance. And of course, you got to put the time in each day to really continue and develop your brand.
What do you think is when it comes to the like main mistakes that from your experience, like people are making when it comes to like e-commerce? Like, what have you noticed so far?
Definitely a mistake I made too. A product page is very important. I thought mine was good. I actually outsourced one time to on Fiverr, and that did not work very well. So I went through the BBA step by step, and it turned out to make me my sale. Um, yeah, really just follow the guide, but the step by step was really the entire game changer of it. And you can't not put money in or time in. You have to risk something, or else you're not going to get anything out of it.
Mm. So you taking risk as just basically essential part of life and business.
Yeah, and that was the hardest part for me to learn. And once I got over that hump, yeah, I'm paying for subscriptions I've never thought I'd pay for, and just things I'd never see myself doing. But it's all taking me step by step to where I need to be.
What is the best way for you to learn, like in terms of just because there's a lot of information out there, right? And like, but then there's also only so much time during the day. So what's the best way and the most efficient way that you have found to learn new subjects?
I would, and I'm still working on this too, put all your time into one thing at a time. Every morning, I write down my schedule for the day, what I want to work on, what I want to look at, what I want to learn, and I just stick with that. I don't off task anything. That's what I write down what I'm learning, what I want to work on, and I get that done that day. That really is what helped me keep me on the step by step path.
Hmm. And how do you decide? How do you decide which things to work on, right? Because when you're building the business, it's there's many different things that you could do, and it's also very easy to get distracted. It's easy to for example, if you're doing like product research, or you're just watching like TikTok to find some ideas, like it's very easy to stay longer on TikTok
Yeah.
and just waste time there. So how do you embed that discipline into your life?
The main thing I'd probably say was turn your doom scrolling into micro learning and just start liking motivational videos, money making videos, entrepreneurship videos, and that is what your For You page will look like. But really, it's just having once you do it, and if you really want to get to where you want to be and enjoy the process, it starts becoming a natural habit to lean away from the random, unneeded stuff on the internet.
Awesome. So how would you say BBA compares to other like programs or communities that you've been part of?
Everything in BBA is step by step. That's really the main thing. Of course, you can find AI tools on YouTube. You can find how to use Shopify on YouTube, but you can't really figure out the analytics behind everything. Every link you're clicking to set up everything. Like I've gotten lost so many times without the BBA, and the step by step program helped me. I couldn't see myself in a place I am right now without it.
Awesome. Um, so when it comes to e-commerce, like do you feel like e-commerce is saturated right now?
Um, Maybe I wouldn't say it's. There's so many people in the world, and I know from my mom and my dad, they buy so much stuff. Everyone buys so much stuff. So really, sure there's millions of stores out there, but there's billions of people that buy millions of things. So really, I don't think it's saturated to the point where people should not continue doing it.
Mm, for sure. What do you think, like for the younger generation like yourself, like what do you think um, these young entrepreneurs need in order to kind of like have the similar mindset like you and just like start taking those risks and just getting into business and learn and build?
I would say results from other people, seeing results. I know from obviously watching people's results on YouTube and TikTok. It's not the same as when I had my first meeting with the coach there, and he told me about his success, and that really just changed my perspective on how I was learning. Like I was learning from someone that has gone through it before and has been successful in it, rather than someone who is just claiming they've been successful and not saying anything about that.
Gotcha. Um, so we have it here. I don't know if this would be the question for you. Like, do you recommend buying e-commerce brands? Probably, yeah, probably a little bit too early. But like, is your objective to sell your business one day?
I wouldn't. I mean, it depends what level it gets to, of course, but I would really love to build it out to a 8 9 figure company and just have it to the point where, of course, I can sell it to some huge health and wellness company, like like a hospital or something, a hospital
Mm.
lineup or something like that.
We have a question here from Instagram. How do you find the right products?
Time, lots of time and research. I my process was really I'd go through the Facebook ads library. I'd look up products and uh, really just look for what was catching on to people and what was bringing clicks in. And then I would go to TikTok, see if how products were doing there, and look at all the analytics behind the clicks on the website links. And then I would go to the supplier manufacturer and see what's the best price point I could get this at, what I could resell it at, and were the reviews good, and time shipping and all that. So really taking it step by step, each method of finding it.
Awesome. And when it comes to the like conversion rate optimization, what were the biggest things that you have learned so far?
The biggest things I've learned, it was probably getting that first 3 to 5 seconds of video ads, getting people hooked, making it either seem urgent to them or a problem that almost everyone is suffering with. Make it relatable is really, and then they'll stick around to watch and be interested and click on your link. That's really how I took it. And for image ads, I wanted to make, not, you can't really do a video hook on that, but big letters of the urgency to get people to really click on the link and the product.
Gotcha. So some people are asking if this conversation is live. Is this live, Brayden?
Yes, it is.
This is live from high school. So, and I don't know if you know, like one of our clients, he has a similar name. His name is Braden.
I
He
watched his interview to actually before I was coming into the program. Yes.
That is awesome. Yeah, he started a bit like later than you. Like he started when he was in college, but
Mm.
yeah, you guys are. I think you guys are like pioneers. You kind of like going through those steps and like making the mistakes and building businesses so that you can inspire the next generation of young entrepreneurs.
Yeah, that's the goal. Get myself to the place where I get myself to the place where I can help other people.
Awesome. Do you have brothers or sisters?
I have two younger sisters. Yes.
Um, are they also do they also want to get involved with e-commerce eventually?
Not yet. I mean, of course, they're looking for money, but not ways to make it. They don't want to put the work in, obviously, but they're still young. So
What do you think? Where do you think your like hunger, ambition, and work ethic came from?
probably my parents. My dad has always been a grinder, just with everything. His dad wasn't the best dad, so he had to work for everything his life, and now he's an amazing father. I couldn't have asked for a better father. So really, he's just developed into that person of giving me the tips to get to where I am today. And then my mother, again, with her business, coming from a teacher to making the money she makes now is incredible, and I look up to that every day.
What do you think about what do you think about like education in school now? Like, I mean, you're learning different things. Like, you have experienced kind of like both sides. You have experienced the self-learning, also like a learning from from us, from people who have done what you want to do, and then you have experienced the traditional one. Like, what's your perspective on these three?
So, really, my perspective, and I have a strong opinion towards this. It's really difficult for me to learn from someone that makes under six figures. That's really what I think. And just the stuff we're learning, let's say math class or language arts or science, I'm not going to be a mechanical engineer or a chemist. If you're someone that wants to be a chemist or a mechanical engineer, these are classes you should be taking. If you're not, I believe it's a waste of time.
Mm. So it has to be like very like targeted learning.
Yes.
Instead, like, yeah, most people just spending years just accumulating like general knowledge, like that could be like searched like in one prompt from ChatGPT.
Yeah. Like writing essays that I could have ChatGPT write 10 times better in minutes, and then I could send emails out while that happens. And math class, just things you'll never use ever.
What did it feel for you like when you had your first sale?
Probably relief. I needed something to, and when the first sale came in, I woke up and was in shock, and I needed that, and that has kept me motivated since I realized that, oh wow, this actually works, and then I knew what I was doing at that point.
How do you currently structure your time? Like obviously in school, like what hours you usually allocating to working on the business?
So my school does 2 different days. The one day is tough to use my laptop to work. The other day I can. So the one every other day I'm probably putting in 6 hours of online work. The other day I'm probably putting in 4 to 5, and then weekends probably close to 7.
Mm. And that belief that e-commerce is viable as a business model, is possible to succeed. Like, what did you do personally, like, to change those beliefs?
I again watched tons and tons and tons of videos, YouTube videos of TikTok, and really found people like Iman Gadzhi or Luke Belmar. Those I look up to them crazily, and their mindset has shifted mine in a way that I couldn't have seen it like it is now.
Mm. We have a comment here from virtual Cyrex. My classmates pursuing uni degree, and I drop out and started become. So I have another entrepreneur here on the line. That's awesome. So do you think this message, like, in schools, like, needs to be spread so that parents are aware, what's possible in business? Because the typical path that most parents are kind of like sending their kids through is like go to school, and go to like high school, then it's college, then it's university, and just kind of like just go that standard path and then work 40 years um, in a job. Like, do you think that message needs to be pushed more?
Yeah, I think a lot of our parents are still living in the time where you couldn't make money on the internet. You were working as a paper boy, 9 to 5, in an office or something like that. And now it's as easy as working 5 minutes on your phone to make
Mhm.
money. And so I really think that message needs to be more so pushed out to parents, rather than the school go to high school, go to college, be in debt, go to work, work off your debt, retire by 60.
Mm. So we have a question here from Anthony. Bro, can I start with $100?
This program, no. But yeah, any bit of money you could use it. There's some tools by subscriptions. I have probably 10 subscriptions to different apps, video editors, and all of that running right now, and Facebook ads. You can run small ads just to see where you can get started from. And once one thing clicks, reinvest it and reinvest it. Don't take anything out.
Mm. Do you think most people just kind of like taking money too early out of the business?
Yeah, I think people like to keep it safe. They spend money, they want to take their money back to make sure they don't lose it. I've put my money in and realized that it's gonna I need the money to make the money.
Mm. When it comes to like making your like Facebook ads, like, do you edit them yourself?
Yeah, I do some of the editing by myself. I still have to get more advanced at that because that just started. But I take a lot of inspiration from, again, you can learn it from the BBA Academy, or even micro learning on TikTok. People show you how to do video ads. There's plenty of videos out there that will show you, as long as you commit the time to learn.
Hmm. Commit the time to learn. So do you have like any kind of like do you reward yourself, for instance? Like, how do you instill that habit, like, creating the time to learn?
Uh, I don't. I definitely don't reward myself. It's really my thought process is where, once I'm where I need to be, is when I'll reward myself. Once I'm comfortable, my family's comfortable, my future family's comfortable, and I can help people to where they need to be, then I'm getting comfortable. And slowing down. But I really can't see myself rewarding. I can't see me rewarding myself anytime soon until I really prove to myself that I did it and made it to the point where I really can be.
For sure. So we have a question here. Please give me low ad cost, meta ad strategy, CBO or ABO, which works best with low ad budget.
I would say definitely go more so on really nice image. I made a really nice image ad, and that brought a lot of clicks. And I didn't spend a lot of money on. I probably spent $15 a day on it, and it brought probably 20 clicks to my website a day. And really, I just put the time in to make that image ad, and it worked.
Mm. Do you use any AI tools?
Of course, and I can't get over people saying, "Oh, AI is cheating." No, it's not. It's how you're gonna make money. It's I use every AI tool imaginable.
Using Midjourney or some tools for money?
Midjourney, Luma Labs, Leonardo AI, ChatGPT, everything.
Wow. So for learning AI tools, because I think this is one of those like crucial skill sets that will become like more and more important. Like even for people working 9 to 5 jobs, like learning how to use AI tools to become, better at what they do and more efficient and create more output for their companies, so that when let's say layoffs are coming, right, which are coming like on almost every business, the people who will have the most skills and who can bring the most to the table, they'll still have the higher chances of keeping jobs. And for entrepreneurs that want the competitive advantage, that want to succeed, they absolutely need to use AI tools. So
Yes.
for you personally, like let's say you have like new AI tool, what would be your process to like kind of like become competent in using that tool and utilizing for yourself?
Before anything, I would do research on it and go through the tutorial and watch videos of people using it for all different things, and then I'd test it myself. Not spending money on it, just using the free features to see if this is something that really will work and be a good investment. And if I decide that it will make me money and is a good investment to where I could incorporate it into my business, I'll buy it.
Hmm. So so you got into e-commerce, like you've tried all of these like different programs. Now you're getting traction with your store. What were the biggest mindset shifts that you think help you to start getting that initial traction?
Yeah, I had to stop more so thinking towards the future. I was thinking about, oh, I have to be here by the future. And I was really thinking in the now and thinking about every single step rather than, okay, after all these steps, what's going to happen? I was thinking this step, how can I incorporate this step and make this step even better? And then doing that for each and every step. And really, it was just getting dedicated to doing one thing at a time instead of multitasking and going crazy, which again you could use AI for at this point. But it was really just sticking with one thing and going step by step by step.
So breaking down into like the big projects, right? Like building, for example, e-commerce business, it consists of like several moving parts, and then those moving parts also have smaller moving parts. And so, as long as you like breaking down into like this kind of like granularity, and then every day you focus on achieving, specific items from that list, it's inevitable that you will build a business because it's just a matter of time.
Yes.
Awesome. So, what would be your one piece of advice to anyone starting? Maybe someone watching right now from another, high school. You know,
This is what I was told before I started the program. It was, and of course, a famous slogan: "Just do it." I mean, if you if you don't like the life you're living now, why not? Like, why stay with that life? There's something better on the other side. Just you gotta just put the time in and work through it.
for sure. Um, so let me see if we have some good questions here. So someone asked like if you're using QGC video.
Oh, not so much. a little bit, but it's mostly ad videos that I take from the suppliers.
Hmm. Gotcha. Gotcha. So, yeah. So people asking, is there an AI program for that? For I mean, all of the tools you can learn from like YouTube tutorials, right? Like like AI tools, like you don't need any like anything fancy.
Yeah, no, AI tools really, if you really do look into YouTube, you'll find people that give guides into how to use an AI tool.
Hmm. Gotcha. Cool. So do you create like your own unique content, or do you repurpose the content from the internet?
I do a mix of both. I'll take an image from the manufacturer and use AI to edit it, and then add my own hook or details in that I think will bring customers to my website rather than that original image.
Gotcha. And with like, do you have any kind of like people in school right now that potentially you want to like partner up with, or they're also interested to get into e-commerce?
Of course, there's plenty of kids. Like I said, the group I spend time with and have surrounded myself with is always looking. The one kid actually just mentioned today, Amazon FBA. He wants to go back into just all different sorts of things. I work with my buddy. We do a little reselling, which is how I get my money for subscriptions and all of that.
Did you do like when you were like younger, or even right now, like um I think you shared this before the call, that you have um you have started the business, right? The landscaping business, I believe.
I did start a landscaping business about a year ago, yes.
So you're still running that business?
Once I found this ecom, I'm still run. I've about 6 months in, I basically stopped running it and had just I'd get a text, then I'd send people to go do the work and collect the money. But so really, it gave me time to really work on ecom. And now that winter's coming around, I really have a lot more time that it's slowing down.
So as of right now, you basically have two businesses at 16.
Yeah, and I'm mainly jumping all into ecom right now. I see it has so much more potential than the landscaping company.
And this is such an inspiration. Like, so what motivated you to start the landscaping business?
It was mainly after I worked with a guy doing landscaping, $30 an hour, which I thought, oh, $30 an hour, where else are you going to make this? It was great. I learned so much from him. Then I worked with a dude cleaning windows, and I was like, I could get all of this on my own and just hire people for what he was paying me, $30 an hour, to do this for me. And that's when I texted him and mentioned, hey, I'm going to start my own thing. Thanks for teaching me everything. And that's really where it hit off. Probably 7 to 8 jobs a week during the summer. It was nuts.
Wow. So was your current, oh, I think the connection is can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So was your current like obligations, like how do you plan to like structure your time as the business grows? Like, do you want to kind of at some point, if the business gets momentum, would you consider dropping out?
Of BBA?
No, of the of school.
Oh, of course, of course. I still don't understand why my parents don't encourage it, but they don't. But of course, if I get to a point, my dad actually gave me the opportunity. He said, when you are willing to pay rent and your phone bill, you can drop out of high school.
Oh wow, no. So you have specific objectives to achieve.
Yes.
Awesome. I will introduce you to our client Vilen. I don't know if you've watched like our interview that we had. He started this like when he was in college, the
Mhm.
e-commerce business. and he also had this similar kind of deal with his parents. He was supposed to make like $10,000 in sales by the end of summer, and if he would do that, then they would support him, on his journey, and he did, and that was basically how his e-commerce journey has started.
Hmm.
So, all right, so let's do kind of like more technical one. How to find out this is exact winning product I need to test and test one country or multiple countries at one campaign.
I would test multiple countries. The U.S. is very saturated and many people buy, but there's no point of not reaching out, especially on the if you do the basic plan on Shopify, you can access three currencies and three different countries. So that's what I include. I run my ads in the US, the UK, and Australia. So those are my main three, which is, of course, in the big five, which is a good location to look at. What was the other part of that question? Sorry.
Um, yeah. Oh, the second. Oh, sorry, it disappeared here. Yeah, multiple countries in one campaign, and then how to find out this is the exact winning product.
To find the exact winning product, it's really what I did was research and research and research and then reviews. And my products turned out to not really be selling on Amazon. So they weren't saturated at all. I've barely seen them in the US. Maybe I've seen one video on TikTok when I
Wow.
was searching the product, but it wasn't being sold. So, doing all that research, I got to a place where I had reviews from other countries and I could include all of that, but I had a whole new market I could go at.
Awesome. And so we have this question from Anthony. What is the least amount of money I need to start?
The least amount of money, if you're looking to join this program, uh, uh, am I allowed to say, or is that?
Yeah, I mean we have custom packages, so I think
Yeah,
it depends on
understand. The least amount of money, I would say, e-commerce is. I also learned this from another entrepreneur. I would say it's not to make a quick amount of money. E-commerce is what you want to make a lot of money. So if you don't have the funds and you can't support yourself right now, get a quick job, make the money you need for e-commerce, and then scale it.
Hmm. So at least like if you want to go, I mean, I always recommend to people if they want to go like organic route and they want to kind of like learn some free resources and like make all of the video content, like do everything by themselves, you can start with like probably like few $100 because then like you
Yeah.
drop the products, you don't buy them up front. The Shopify gives you a trial, and you're getting organic traffic, which is usually the biggest kind of like moving part of the business.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. And the toughest thing about that was, of course, I tried to start with the least amount of money possible, and there was no guidance in that. Free programs, yes, they tell you how to become successful, but they don't really go in depth of what you need to do to become successful.
Mm, for sure. Oh, I think I froze. um, all right, cool. Brayden, thank you so much. I think my my camera froze. Thank you so much for joining me. I know you have to go.
Yeah,
Maybe
thank you
let's
for having me.
my man, and maybe let's hit this one more. How to overcome with over content watching and how to fix self doubt. Very good one.
Really, it was just turning that doom scrolling into micro learning. If you really want to continue learning, you'll change that. You can use all of that social media as a learning platform, really.
Hmm. Interesting. So instead of trying to completely eliminate it, just flip the script and use it to become better as entrepreneur.
Exactly.
Wow, I love that. I love that. Very actionable. Cool. Braden, thank you so much. Man, next time we have a conversation, I'll see you at 1K a day, and so we can inspire even some more e-commerce entrepreneurs, young hustlers. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. Good luck, everybody.
Yeah. Thank you, Brayden.